Welcome. I'm so excited to teach about eye makeup tips and tricks. So make sure the very first thing you want to do is type your name into the chat. That way I'll be able to enter you into our giveaway. And tonight I am giving away our Candlelight eyeshadow. I'll open it up so you can see it a little better. It's a highlight color with a little bit of shimmer. And this isn't going to work too well. I don't want it to fall out, but my ring light's making it super bright. So it's kind of like I don't know what color that would be, but there's a little, it's more of a creamy with a light pink, very extremely light, maybe like a light rose gold, but candlelight. So anyway, super fun. So I'll be giving that away, and let's already welcome who we have here. So we have Maddie on. Welcome, Maddie, and also Ruth. Welcome, welcome. So glad you guys are here. And Stephanie is on. Awesome, Stephanie. So glad you're here. And that's perfect. Write your name in the chat. That's awesome. And Ashley. Yay, Hillary's here. Awesome. And I have Lynette's watching. Awesome. Ashley Dutson. So glad you're here. We already said, yep, Hillary. And then I don't know who this is, and so make sure you type in your name in the chat. We also have Rachel Peterson on. So if you haven't already gone to, so if it's not showing your name, make sure that you go to streamyard.com/Facebook. I'll put that in the banner there. And that way I'll be able to see your name if you're watching from Facebook. If you're watching from YouTube, it'll automatically say your name, or at least, yay. And we have Amber here. And that's Nicole. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know, Nicole Christensen. Awesome. Yay. Welcome, Nicole. So glad you're here. And we have Mary Lynn on, and your daughter. Yay. Thanks for putting that. So Teresa, I'll get her entered in. Fantastic. So, okay. So I'll give a quick outline, and I'll quickly introduce myself since I think there's a few people on here that I haven't met. So I'm Roseanne. I've been building my Mary Kay business for almost 14 years. Prior to that, I got my degree in piano pedagogy. So I had just graduated from college, loving working with my students. I taught at a studio and just loved it. It was so perfect. But I had a lot of free time in the morning when I was not teaching. We were struggling with infertility. So I thought we would, have kids right out of college, and we didn't. And so we had been married for about 3 years at that point. And so I needed something positive to do. And I thought I'll get a part-time job. So I looked around for a few part-time jobs. Nothing really fit. I got invited to a Mary Kay facial. I was a referral. I enjoyed the products, but I couldn't see myself joining because I didn't know much about makeup or skincare. It wasn't my passion. I didn't want to sell anything. And the funniest reason is I did not want to work with women because I had worked with women before, and I felt like in other jobs, and it was just drama and gossip and stuff. And so I decided not to really, I don't know. I just thought it was one of my hangups. As I learned more about the business and its values, it's that there's no sales quotas, that you could earn a career car, like so many different things, like that Mary Kay was started by a real woman, and that she wanted to give women an opportunity to put God first, family second, their career third, and then they can sprinkle Mary Kay wherever they want. And I loved that company philosophy. And so I showed it to my husband, and he said, I think you should give this a try. And so that's coming up on almost 14 years. On December 10th is when I joined. And I had my very first facial on December 1st. So about 10 days later, I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a try. So, and it's a fun time of year to join too. So anyway, yay. And my mother-in-law's here. Awesome. She was one of my first practice faces, and she did a party for me in that first month. I remember that. So thank you, because I'm still here. So thank you for your love and your support. Yes, Nicole. Yes, I can see it. That's perfect. So cool. Yay, Kimberly. So happy you're here. This is so awesome. I love all of you guys. So, yay. So as we get started, I'm going to show some eye makeup tips and tricks. If you have some eye makeup with you, that's great. You can be following along, and then maybe go out on a date tonight or something. So go run and grab some right now so that you can kind of be following along. If you don't, you can totally just watch and learn, maybe take notes. I find practice is what teaches you the most. And so being able to, get into that practice and kind of introduce, and to maybe just take one tip that I share tonight and incorporate that. And then I feel like that's how I learn best, is just adding one new thing in my routine, and then anyway, that way I'm not overwhelmed by 50 new things. So yay, good evening. Make sure that you get your name in the chat so that I know who you are. And Jody's here as well. Awesome, awesome. Date night on a Tuesday. What? I know, anything is possible. Anything is possible, Ashley. Okay, I'm going to show you on myself. I'm going to be putting on, I already have some eye makeup on, but I'm just going to layer it with our new 60th anniversary eyeshadows. These are fun. There's 4 different colors. 3 of them are matte. One of them is like a shimmer color, and it comes with a mirror. So I love all that part. And I'm going to show you with these. But before I do that, I want to pull up on the slideshow kind of a fun before and after with makeup, and how makeup can really enhance and bring out your beautiful features. It's not there to like cover up or, hide us and change us, but it's there to just bring out those beautiful features already. And I just love how her brown eyes just pop, in this, and that with her makeup on, it just brings those out. It is important to know your eye shape when you are getting into eye makeup, especially if you have like deep set eyes or hooded or wide set. Like probably most of you watching this have pretty standard eyes, but it is important to know, because in case you do have like deep set eyes, you want to make sure you're applying your makeup differently than a standard eye so that you don't make your eyes look more deep. And so looking at these, number 1 is your highlight. Number 2 is your mid-tone. That's kind of a medium color. And 3 is your darkest shade, your accent. And I typically, right now I use all matte for my highlight, mid-tone, and accent. We have a lot of different matte colors. Or if you like a little shimmer in it, we also have shimmer. And I always usually tend to pick my mid-tone as a matte. And so if you want your highlighter to be shimmer, your accent to be shimmer, and then that mid-tone just to blend it all together with that matte. So you can also probably Google stuff like this, eye shape, application eye shape, and only, just practicing a few times, or even just like after 1 week, you'll know the steps. And so if this seems very foreign to you, so I'm more of the close set eyes. You can see number in the middle at the top there, my eyes. And close set, I'll just kind of like explain what close set and wide set. Close set is you cannot even fit like another eyeball in between your eyeballs. Like if you were measuring you couldn't even fit another eyeball in between. Wide set is you could fit a whole nother eyeball in between your eyeballs plus have a little extra room. So that's the wide set. So hopefully that helps. So, okay, so I'm going to jump into this. After I show you the makeup tips and tricks, I will just show a couple different compacts that we have, because we have different sizes and different, personalities want different sizes. And so I'll show that. Talk a little about our brushes, because I feel like that makes a big difference in how you apply your makeup. And then we're going to spin a wheel. If you are interested in purchasing from your beauty consultant, then you're going to get an extra gift. So we're going to spin the wheel and find what that is. There's no purchase necessary to get entered into the giveaway tonight. So make sure you stay on to the end, because we'll be doing that at the end. And then I'll give you a chance to think about anyone you'd love to refer to a pampering treatment. I'll wrap up and share a little about the prices and our best kept secret. We keep this to 35 minutes. So here we go. So I'm going to show you the 3 different brushes that I'm using. I love our brush collection. This is your signing bonus too, when you join our Mary Kay family. So it is so fun to have professional brushes. Comes with 3 eyeshadow brushes, a cheek brush, and a powder brush. We're just going to be focusing on these 3 brushes tonight. I teach the other ones in the contour class. But the first brush that we're going to demo, let me make sure I'm holding this the right way, is the all over eyeshadow. I love that the brushes say what they're for. So if you're brand new to makeup, okay, this is going to be the one that goes all over. And for me, I use that as the highlight color. The lightest shade is the all over. So this is super soft and fluffy. And so I'm going to use that brush on the very lightest color. This one's called Pink Diamonds, and it's like a kind of a white highlight, but there are little pink sparkles in there. So it's kind of fun. I think it's very fitting to call it Pink Diamonds. I'm just going to use the little mirror on this, because that comes in handy. With this one, when you put the product on the brush, one thing I like to do is tap it And that helps if there's any excess, especially on darker shades, just so that it goes on more smoothly. And I start in the center, and I just go in an upward motion and just lightly pat, tap, and go on the other eye. And usually I do my eyes first. So I do like a primer, foundation primer and all that, but then I focus on my eyes, eyeliner, mascara, and then I do my foundation. Because sometimes you get some eyeshadow, especially if you don't tap, that falls below. But that's that color. That's beautiful. This one has two different mid-tones. So I think I might just use both. But there's a iconic pink color and a legacy lilac. I like layering them. They're both matte. For the mid-tone, when you're using a mid-tone brush, this is number 2 on that application page. Maybe I should pull that up. Hang on, I gotta get my glasses on because I can't see. Maybe I can do this at the same time. Let's see if this works. That way you can kind of be seeing where I'm putting it. The second brush you want to use is called the eye crease brush. Imagine that. So this is going in the eye crease. So I love that. It is angled, so it has that little angle there. So this is what we're going to use on mid-tone. Wherever you put the brush first is where the most color goes. So you want to make sure that you start typically, maybe unless you're wide set, you might want to do it different. But you want to start on the outside where it's going to be a little darker on the outside, and then you're going to get lighter as you come in. Because but wide set, you could have it darker here and, or just kind of like all the same. And that will help your eyes to look a little closer together too. Okay, so I'm going to start with a little bit of iconic pink, tap the brush, and then start on the outside, come in just about halfway. I'm just following my crease because I have the closed set eye, so I'm just kind of following that one. And then I'm going to do that on the other, tap, tap, tap. And then I'm going to layer it. Usually, most days, I just do one mid-tone color. But we're just going to get fancy tonight. We are setting up our Christmas tree tonight, and so it'll be perfect for that. Not going anywhere, but it will be fun to turn on some Christmas music and set up the Christmas tree and get all that decorations up. I know my kids are super excited for that. They're like, best day ever. So, okay, so that's there. So that's mid-tone. I love that legacy lilac. That purple is so pretty. Okay, and then the last color is the accent. This is number 3, the darkest shade. For this brush, it's round, and it's called the Eye Smudger. So this is the final brush that I use, final color. I'll use one other brush here in a second. Well, I'll go back and use the first one again. I'll show you a trick. But this is the Eye Smudger brush, round. It's not as like fluffy. It's more solid. I'm going to use the Burgundy Crown. This is the darkest shade here. You just need a little bit of that. And then make sure you tap. With this one, I start at the bottom. And to get that smoky eye look, I start at the bottom, and then I'm going to kind of come up into the crease, just kind of blend them together. And I have been so impressed. These are not normal colors that I wear. Kind of similar, but not so pink, and I have really enjoyed these. Every time I put them on, I'm like, these are so pretty. I'm just gonna, you can always add just a touch more. I always start with less, and it's easier to add. If you ever put on too much, you can always just kind of wipe it. Even with your finger or with the tissue, you can kind of tone it down. Okay. And then if you feel like you get any on the excess, just use your fingers there. The final touch that I do is I go back to the very first brush that we used that had the lightest color, and I just blend an upward motion on both eyelids to make sure it's even, because you put them in certain areas, but you don't want them to stay looking like that. So you want to blend. So I love those 3 brushes. They're so simple and easy to use as you get into the habit of it. Anything, like anything in life, things take practice and be patient with yourself. But I found it to be super fun. So we have, I think, a bunch of questions here. So, or a bunch of people watching too. So welcome. We have Susie. Let me just try and go back up. We have, Shelly is here. So Shelly is amazing, you guys. She is my dear friend. I can't remember how long we've known each other. I met her through, I think she was referred to me or something with Mary Kay, but she is the travel agent that booked our flights to the Philippines and got our hotel booked in Manila. And so I am so grateful because that's kind of stressful to do for 10 people. And you can't just go online and book 10 flights. You'd have to call the airlines and deal with it. Anyway, so Shelly is a saint. And my mother-in-law is on here too. So we thoroughly enjoyed that trip. Thank you, Shelly, for making that possible and being there. So appreciate you. Welcome, Lindsay. Welcome, Melanie. So glad you guys are here. I love hanging out with you guys. I wish we could be in person. And Susie is on. Susie's was our Skinvigorate brush winner last week. So fun. It was so fun to drop that off at our house. See her, give her a hug. Judy's on. Welcome, Judy. And Mindy, love you. So glad you're here. And we have Emily is on as well. Welcome, Emily. And Lisa Ann, yay. Hey, I just mailed you some fragrance samples, so you should be getting them soon. So check your mail maybe tomorrow or the next day. And Jackie is on, my bestie from first grade. Love you dearly. So glad we've been able to keep in touch, that we live pretty close. We need to get together more often, though. I need to come see your new baby. And we have, I think that's everyone on. Okay, cool. Awesome. So I just want to make sure I recognize you guys for being on. I want to follow up or end with showing you the compacts. So this one is nice because it's $32, comes with all 4 shades, has a mirror, all that. So I love that. This is limited edition. So when they're gone, they're gone. We do have a smaller compact, which if you just I just want like 3 eyeshadows and that's all I want to focus on, it can hold up to 4. It's $10 unfilled, and you can decide exactly which colors you want to put in it. I don't have that one here. I should probably show that at one point for you guys. This is the one I use. I love this size because it fits 3 eyeshadows, a blush, and then you can have highlighters and bronzers, or you can fill this up with more varieties of eyeshadows. When you run out of one shade, you can just pop it out and just replace it. You don't have to buy a whole new compact. So it's very, like Mary Kay is very careful with the environment. I think this one's just really stunning and gorgeous. And this one I travel with because then I don't have to bring anything too big or bulky. This is the one I use for every day. And it is holds every single eyeshadow, but I like to play with all of the colors, at least know how to describe them or teach people. So I know this is not for everyone, but this one's 25 unfilled. I forgot to say this one's 18 unfilled. This one's 25 unfilled. It can hold every single eyeshadow that we have, plus a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer. It does not have a mirror here, which at first I was like, what? But I just use my mirror in my bathroom. Anyway, that would be a pretty good size mirror too. But anyway, I don't travel with this one. So I like this one because it does have a mirror in it when I'm traveling to have that. And the brushes, I already showed the 3 brushes. You can buy them individually. They're each $12. So the brushes that I just showed each are $12. Or you can get them in the brush collection, which is over here. And it comes with the bag plus a powder brush and a cheek brush. And those are, the whole thing is $56. So that's the price on that. So I think I showed everything so far that I've tried. Okay, so now we're going to spin a wheel and find out what the gift with purchase is tonight. And then I'm going to give you guys a chance to think about who you would like to refer to a free treatment. Maybe it's like the hardest working woman you know, or someone who just had a baby, or someone who could use who's someone you admire. And that gives me time to get your name on the will because I can't do that while I'm talking. So I give you a chance. Let me pull up where in the world is my wheel of names? There's, okay. So we're going to spin the wheel and find out what the gift with purchase is tonight. So when you order from your beauty consultant, make sure you say, hey, remember, I also get a mini mascara. That's so fun. I think that's what was last week's. That's crazy. I got 2 weeks in a row. But a mini mascara as the gift with purchase. So yeah, and that way we can get that put in with your order. So we'll do our best to remember, but we're not perfect. So, okay. So now I'm going to give you a chance to think about who you would like to refer. This is a great idea. You don't need to fill out the whole thing, but if you want to fill out the whole thing, you do get a makeup item of your choice, half off. The referrals, we ask that they're over 21 and that they live in the United States. So, or its territories. Mackenzie's sister-in-law joined, who's in the Virgin Islands, so it's pretty fun to be able to have customers or team members even in the Virgin Islands. So as long as it's in the US or its territory. So this will give you a chance when you're doing the referrals, do not put the referrals in the chat. Just privately message them to your beauty consultant. You can text them or email them or private Facebook message, however you want to do that. Or if you want to host a party and say, hey, I know some friends, and you can get 50% off your order as well. So that's another idea too, to make a list of people you'd like to invite to a pampering treatment. We can do them in person. We can do them on Zoom. We can do them on Facebook, kind of whatever your personality is, whatever your guest your guest personality. So I'm going to play some music, and I hope it's okay to play some Christmas music because it's pretty close to that. So we're going to play some music, and I'm going to get your name in the drawing. If you have not put your name in the chat, now's the time to do that so I can get you entered into that giveaway. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That took a little bit of time to get you all entered onto the Wheel of Names, but I did it. So I'm excited just to wrap up and share our deals and our best kept secret. So let me pull up these slides. So here is our most popular products that we usually demo with, our best sellers. Your consultant can privately text this to you so that it's bigger for you, or email it to you. We talked about the makeup stuff. So if you're looking under kind of like the bottom middle part, the professional brush that we talked about, we also talked about the compacts. And I love that Maddie says she has one of the compacts that she got for me, the smaller one, and loves it. So love it. I'm so glad. And I just realized on this paper, it doesn't have the picture of the compacts, but the very tiniest one is $10, fits 4. The medium one is $18. It has like the 2 magnetic sections. So you can hold up to 12 eyeshadows. If you just want to fill the whole thing with eyeshadows, or if you like some blush, then that will take up 3 of the little spaces. So anyway, so you can fit in a bunch of different stuff and customize it. And then the big one is 25 unfilled, and then you can fill it as little or as much as you want. Anyway, I've had people in the past just kind of like get the big one and then they kind of fill up a few shades at a time. They get new shades every once in a while and add to it. So many different possibilities. But with the Princess Queen and Cadillac, if you're getting multiple sets, and some of the skincare on here counts as 4 sets or 2 sets or 3 sets. And so if you're basically with the Princess, if you're getting about $230 in product, for being on here tonight, you'll get it from $199. And then you can pick either your gift of a travel roll-up bag, or if you already have a bag like that, you can get our satin hands. And we just got a new one, peach, which smells delicious. And then the Queen, you can pick up to probably about $330 and just pay $299. That's picking any 6 sets on the page, or doing a la carte, picking out your own stuff, up to $330, and then you pay $299. In the Cadillac, you can pick up to 8 sets or anything worth up to about $430, just pay $399. And then our best kept secret is our starter kit. So when I joined Mary Kay, it was 14 years ago, it was $100. And so I love during the pandemic that they have made it such a low cost startup. And even back then, that was not too bad to start a business. So it's only $35. That gives you a website for an entire year. Plus you have a catalog, samples, like a welcome packet there. So that's the startup with Mary Kay. The 2 main reasons I've seen someone consider it a startup is if they are interested in doing having this as a side hustle, or if they're interested in getting their own products 50% off, which, I mean, with the side hustle, we still get them 50% off too, but that's kind of the main 2 reasons it's interesting to people. And then the $45 and $90 are complete optional add-ons. The $45, you can add that on and get more samples, more catalogs. So you can mail those really easy to people and pamper them. And the $90 kit gives you $450 of full-size product, plus a bag, mirrors, catalogs, and a couple more samples as well. And that is only $90. So that's that. And I always love to share up front if someone was interested in joining for the side hustle reason, or for the discount, the Smart Shopper. When we do order, our minimum order is $225. So we hand select $450 retail of whatever we want, and then we get that half off. And you only have to do that once a year to remain a consultant. So that's the 3 hefties. And the one thing I love is there's a 90% buyback, because when I started this business, I didn't know if I'd like it or not. I mean, the only way to know is to try. But I was intrigued with it, and it felt like something I wanted to try. So I love knowing that I had a whole year to give it a try. And if I didn't like it, I could send back my products and get 90% of my money back. So very wonderful company. And Mary Kay started this business as a woman. She was using her life savings, and her son gave her his life savings. Can you imagine the pressure? You're like, I got to make this work. And so she never wanted a woman to feel that same amount of pressure. And so that's why they have that 90% buyback. And I loved when I read that in one of her books about that. So anyway, such a good company. So Okay, yes, Ashley's like, Friday can't come soon enough. The peach is calling my name. I know she told me she has an obsession for peach smelling. And so when we have peach satin hand, she's like, oh, and she already loves her satin hand. So it's just like my two favorite things blended together. What? Love it. Okay, so we are going to wrap up here. I'm going to spin the wheel. We're going to find out who is our winner. And then your consultant will follow up with you and thank you. Send her a text too, because sometimes we miss as well in case. And she might be doing something else tonight too. You know, we're all about faith first, family second, career third. So I do this for my whole unit. So if you are watching this, or if you watch the recording, especially, make sure you text your consultant and let her know. And then she gets credit and you get credit as well. And you get entered into that. Well, not that drawing, but you give the gift with purchases, the mascara. Okay, so we're going to spin the wheel and find out who is winning the Candlelight eyeshadow. And it looks like, oh, that's a close one right there. Lynette! Woohoo! Lynette Nelson! I will get this to you in the mail. So excited for you. I love this color. So let me hurry and write that down. Get your Candlelight eyeshadow. And thank you guys so much for being on. Next week, we're teaching about eye products like eye creams and our Indulge Soothing Eye Gel, our hydrogel eye patches. So anything to help with the under eye area, which they need some TLC this time of year, where sometimes we're up later, but you have sometimes, and then you're around more people too. So you want to look your best as well. So, so we'll be talking about all about eye products. So if you want an invite to that, and if you are in our VIP group, we'll just already send that. If you are not in our VIP group, just let us know if you want to invite. So